Hello, Ochele Okutepa is my name. I'm excited to talk to you today about a very important subject that gives singles and married people concern. All right, so a married person says to me, what do you do when you love your spouse but you don't like them? And for a lot of people, it takes them by surprise, like, what kind of conversation is that? So people need to first of all distinguish between love and like. Alright, so I'll make a quick definition and tell you what to do when it appears or when you're in a situation where you like but you don't love, or vice versa. Alright, love is foundational, like is relational. Love is foundational. Alright, what is love? Love is your default response to them. Now that's your response that it doesn't matter what they did, or it does not flow from action that they have done. That's what the Bible said, that he loved us, all right, even while we're yet sinners. That means it's not performance driven. That means it was not earned. That means it's unmeritorious, like we didn't merit it. All right, that's what love is. Now, love is that element that puts you in a place where you continually want their good. You continually want to be with them despite their imperfection. You continually want to seek their best. You continually want to give your best to them. All right. On the flip side, like is performance driven. Like is based on merit. All right. It's based on what they do, what they don't do. All right. They are not romantic. You don't feel good. They are not. They are not carrying you along. You don't feel good. They are not communicating. You don't feel good. So it's so important. It's so important to understand. Now, especially for the married, let me quickly say this. You are going to come through several cycles of not liking your partner. You're going to come through several cycles because it's performance driven, and since they're not perfect, what happens is you're going to come through cycles of times where you don't like what they do, where they put you off. Now, the way to deal with that is to remember you love them. All right, when you remember you love them, you do a few things that will bring or restore their likability. So I'm going to speak to you, I'm going to speak to them, and I'm going to come to relationship for those who are single and watching. All right, so what do you do when you don't like them? Number one, you have conversations with them, because communication is the bloodline of a relationship. You need to let them know what's going on that is making it difficult for you to enjoy them, because that's what it really means when you say you don't like them at that moment. All right, certain decisions or actions or inactions by them put you in a position where it is difficult. What people do is they now run away or walk away. No, that's not the time to run away or walk away in the marriage. That's the time to fix it. Because it is something they did that made you like them. It is something they are not doing that is making you not like them. So communication. Then you must lace your communication with grace by praying for them. All right, that the light will shine on them for them to understand the best course of action to take at that time. All right, when you're done with praying for them, or while you pray for them, you pray for you for grace. Because this is the point where 1 Corinthians 13 is going to come in, where you are going to actually have to unleash the long suffering of love, where you are going to have to unleash the patience of love, where you are going to have to unleash the love not keeping records of wrong, because this is the time that you take to restore them. All right, and the foundation upon which you are doing that is love, because love itself is not performance driven. So you use your love for them to cover their error at that time, because the Bible says that love covers a multitude of sin. All right, so with your love at that moment, you're able to apply long suffering, you're able to apply patience, you're able to apply not keeping records of wrong, you're able to wait while you pray, while you communicate. All right, the ball is slightly different for single people. All right, because it's okay to understand they're not perfect, but for the single, you first of all need to test whether what they are doing is a red flag. What's a red flag? Is a flaw of a fundamental nature that you cannot live with. All right, so if it's a red flag, then you're not going to have to apply long suffering and patience. You're going to walk away. All right, so it's so important to know this. Now, the married people will now ask me, Ochele, what if it's a really, really bad situation? I still believe that by the grace of God, every situation is fixable. That's what 1 Corinthians chapter 7 says. You know what? As far as they are not walking away, you don't walk away. All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 talks about if they leave. All right, that's when you're free. But it doesn't say you should walk away. So if they're ready to remain in the marriage, then grace and wisdom can bring you to the point where you fix the issue. All right, so that's what I stopped to talk today. Love is of fundamental nature. It's not performance driven. It flows from you to them, irrespective of them. Like is based on what they do. So for the single, I'll quickly say it's important that you both like and love them, because your flash happiness, the one that you don't have to draw from inside, will flow from their capacity to act in ways that please you, make you happy, make you okay. So it's so important you get this in perspective. God bless you, everybody. I really hope that this broadcast was a blessing to you today. Enjoy the rest of your week. We love you.